You know what I miss, guys? I miss the free time. Not just having a day off. I mean real free time. I mean chasing an ice cream truck down the street type of free time. The kind of time that felt endless. When the clock didn't matter. When the summer felt like years. And doing absolutely nothing somehow meant everything. When your biggest worry was whether your friends could come outside to ride bikes. Or when they could go and play in the woods with you. When you'd stare at the ceiling just daydreaming. And that was enough. I don't know when it changed. But somewhere between growing up, chasing goals, paying bills, moving out, and staying productive, we lost something. And I think about it more than I'd like to admit. I think the main thing that really changed is, like I said, just the endless afternoons. Like, I feel like now, and correct me if I'm wrong, but so I'm recording this on April 8th, 2025. And it's been over 4 months since New Year's. Like it just turned 2025, felt like yesterday, and it's already April. Remember when we would get off of summer or get off of school and we'd go on a summer break like in grade school? Like that summer felt like so long. And now that same period of time feels like this, so fast. Time back then was like an open field, no fences, no schedule. You just ran. There was no pressure to optimize every hour. There was no pressure to respond to this person and respond to the Slack, this Microsoft Teams message, this hop on this Zoom call or go to this meeting or make this Excel report. You didn't feel guilty for resting. When someone asked you, hey, let's play outside, that meant true freedom. It wasn't a productivity hack. You weren't biohacking. You know what I mean? You weren't racing the clock. We were just living inside it, right? And somewhere along the lines, like the noise of the world got louder. Like, do you guys remember when you were a kid and you would just get home, or at least for me, I would get home from school and, I would play outside a lot with like friends in the neighborhood. That's another thing too. Like neighborhoods are like depressing now because like when Halloween rolls around, like I mean, you see kids every now and then, but like it is not what it used to be for sure. I mean, even when the Xbox 360 first came out, remember like the line like around the store at GameStop, or remember going to Blockbuster and getting the new movie? You actually had to go to the store and like you could like get a new movie on DVD. Or I remember when the first Avengers came out in 2012 and the theater was packed. Like the whole every seat in the theater there was people sitting in, and there was actually a couple of people standing too. The last time I even went to the movie theater was in 2022 for the Batman, and that actually was packed as well, and that was a cool movie. But like it just really hasn't been the same like since we were kids. And as we grew, the world got noisier. It's like the volume of life slowly turned up until you couldn't hear your own thoughts anymore. One thing I've been actually trying to do recently is when I drive somewhere, I've been trying to intentionally not play music and just drive in silence and kind of think and actually pray a lot of times too. And the thing is, people can't even be with their own thoughts anymore. Like even myself, like a lot of times I've gotten in the habit of waking up and immediately reaching over, grabbing my phone and start to play EDM music. Like, dude, that's not, shouldn't do that. And the thing is, I like EDM music a lot. It's probably my favorite type of music to listen to, but it's not good to constantly be hearing like loud freaking like bass like blasted in your ears. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that goes with a lot of different music types too. That's a whole other discussion, but I just feel like everything got louder and faster, right? There's social media, there's pressure, there's expectations. Women fall victim to this a lot where they're constantly comparing themselves to other girls, or they're constantly watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and all this BS that's on TV. We feel like we owe every minute to hustle or self-improvement. Rest becomes rare. And even if we have it, our minds aren't quiet. There's that constant comparison, even on our downtime. And like I said, guys, this channel is about self-improvement. This channel is about becoming the best man or woman you can be. But at the same time, I do think that social media and the world did get noisier, and there's this immense pressure to always have to improve. You can't even go outside to enjoy sun anymore. Now you're just biohacking. Like going outside and getting sun is now considered biohacking. Like every other generation before that just went outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that this stuff isn't good. Like I'm sure it is, but like everything is tied to like, oh, I do this because of this. Or like, people argue over like, should you eat this or should you eat that, or this diet, the keto diet, the Atkins diet, the carnivore diet. Like there's all these things, right? And I feel like people just lost track of just simple stuff, right? Not always comparing everything to one another. I see this a lot, with my own family sometimes, not necessarily my immediate family, but like, distant family or friends, like always wanting to compare things. Like why can't people just be happy for other people? Always have to compare. And I feel like as we've gotten older, it's gotten worse. And the memory that we have from childhood, it's not necessarily gone. Like I still remember it, but it just feels buried, right? Like that feeling still lives in us. We just don't visit it anymore. It's like your favorite childhood park. Maybe it's overgrown, maybe it's fenced off, but it's still there. There was I'm not going to say the name of the park, but there's a park kind of by where I grew up, and it was like all of like this dark oak wood, and it was like kind of like a castle. It had like a castle look to it. And every now and then I drive by it, and it's still there, but it looks a lot different than it used to be. But man, I used to go to that park all the time, and I used to play this game where like the mulch was like lava. Like we would pretend like the ground is lava, and you had to jump from the park, and you couldn't touch the ground. And like I'd be that one kid that get in trouble, and I would climb on top of the actual roof, like part of the like church looking building. And like either the teacher or my mom would yell at me, and like we'd run around, and I'd go in the monkey bars and like hang with my legs and do like sit-ups on it. And like I would do like, jump over the walls and like go down the slide the wrong way. And I was always that rebel, but man, I just miss that. Even inside stuff, like even like video games too. Like this is a channel where, we've talked about video games a lot, and, I've played a lot of games in my life. It's just like Call of Duty Zombies. Like I can't even play COD Zombies anymore because I just know it's going to take like 5 hours of my time. Like a funny story, a good friend of mine and myself, whenever Revelations came out on Black Ops, I believe that was Black Ops 3. It was Black Ops 3. That last DLC map, it came out without watching any YouTube videos on Revelations or like any guides. We just booted it up, and we made it to round 54 on Revelations. Like we ended up playing for like 5 hours. I remember one time we were doing the Easter egg on Ancient Evil, and I remember he had to pick up his girlfriend from like a class or something, and we ended up having school off that day. It was like a Friday, like they went to separate schools. And we started a zombie match at like 10 a.m. and like it was like 3:30, and like we were still playing, and he had to go and like pick her up. Just that time. It doesn't exist anymore. Like I feel like 5 hours goes by so much faster than it used to. I used to play Origins a lot, or all these COD Zombies maps, or Kino. Like I used to come home from school and play Kino with my friend and like and then like their older brother and stuff, and like they were in 8th grade and I was in 6th grade, and like I remember we were playing it, and like I feel like the nights would last forever. I feel like the nights used to be longer, and I don't know where that went. Like I remember all these things, but I just feel like the time is going by way faster. Maybe that's due to AI. Maybe that's due to everything gets done faster. I don't know what it is, or maybe it's just because we're getting older. I'm not sure, but there's nothing wrong with missing it. There's nothing wrong with remembering it. But that version of you, that younger kid of you, it's still in there. You can still find joy in life. And I think now you just have to really cherish the moments you have. There's, like I said, there's nothing wrong with improving, and this channel is all about improving, but you really need to really have that joy and be able to focus and have those moments and like really just cherish them and appreciate them, and just know that, there was a time where you last played Halo 2 for the last time, or you played Halo 3 for the last time. Like there's always going to be that last time for something. So just really cherish every moment you get. And the last thing I would say is I really do miss the free time. The kind of time that didn't need to be earned, or you didn't need to take PTO. It wasn't about recharging so we could get back to the grind. It was literally just time. You just had time. And if you miss it too, you're not alone. I'd love to hear from you guys. What's like one of your favorite memories? Like I mentioned the park that I had that I went to. What's a memory from your childhood that randomly hits you in the middle of a busy day? Or, maybe when was the last time you actually sat in silence and felt peace? drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's remember together. And if you have any good memories, whether it's from stuff from your childhood, stuff where you guys used to go, or maybe video games or anything like that, just drop it in the comments. And if this video brought something up for you, or you resonate this, or maybe someone that would, feel free to share that, and subscribe if you like the content, and maybe just take a minute and breathe.